Nestled in the remote southern reaches of Belize, the village of Machakilha is home to around 250 residents. During the rainy season, the trails transform into a quagmire of thick, deep mud, making the hike treacherously slippery and challenging. Once the rains subside, there is only a narrow window of opportunity before the scorching heat sets in, rendering the long trek nearly impossible.
The first time we came here was about 3 years ago. And we walk from Dolores to Machakilha. We walk about almost 2 hours in the bush and in the mud to reach to this village. And that was the first time I came to this village. And I told the minister, we have taken over the government. The government must serve the people. And the government must start serving with those who have been left behind.
For years, Machakilha has persevered without basic infrastructure and utilities, standing resilient in its isolation. The nearest neighboring village is several hours away on foot, making this place a true testament to the endurance and spirit of its inhabitants.
So we walked all the way here. And I remember we had a meeting with the villagers, and the first thing they said was, we need a road. And we said, we will build a road. So the following year in dry season, we built the road. But it wasn't complete, it just was opened up.
This off-the-grid community in the Toledo district thrives on solar power, harnessing the sun's energy to meet its demands. The resilience and resourcefulness of its people shine brightly in this unique and vibrant corner of the country.
We were able to bring in Minister Ramiro's truck with a load of solar panels and batteries because we started to work with UNDP to put solar on the homes of the people. After that, we completed the road. Then they said we need help with our water.
Despite being established many decades ago, Machakilha continued to face the challenge of living without access to potable water. Without clean water, residents are at a high risk of waterborne diseases. These illnesses can be particularly severe in children and the elderly.
Water is our mandate, as other things are. But anywhere, anything that affects a child, it's our mandate. And we cannot help a child without looking at the ecosystem the child is staying in.
Growing up in Toledo District, era Representative Oscar Rikenya can relate to substandard living conditions due to poor water access and how it affected the overall quality of life. This includes inadequate sanitation facilities, which can further exacerbate health issues.
I used to get water from a creek. We never have no potable water. That's how I grew up. I used to carry a gallon and fill the water and run home and run maybe 10 times to make sure that I could fill my mother's bucket so that we could have drinking water. And that is why, as I grew up and I work in the villages, including Machakilha, when I was at the Ministry of Education, we used to walk for hours under the bush. And I saw the difficulty, I saw the challenge that our people are living on a daily basis.
Addressing these challenges requires a multifaceted approach, including investment in infrastructure, education on water sanitation, and sustainable water management practices. In many communities, women and girls are often responsible for collecting water, which can be a time-consuming and physically demanding task. This can limit their opportunities for education and employment.
For too long and for too many years, Machakilha has been deprived of having a proper water system. And while it affects the health aspect of humanity, it also, puts some constraints on people. One of the points that made my heart cry and motivated me during my campaign was when I look at women or kids walking with a bucket of water in their head, and I don't know for how long they have been walking. And then maybe several miles, maybe a mile, maybe a few minutes, maybe an hour, we don't know. But one thing I can tell you, that is not what this government wants for Machakilha.
What the government has done is join forces with other agencies, including UNICEF, to install a rudimentary water system in the village. It is a basic infrastructure designed to provide water to this underdeveloped area. It will be managed by a local water board to ensure maintenance and operation.
We are committed to continue serving your community. So we finish with water. We have to start to look at other areas of development. For us at the Ministry of Rural Transformation, one of the big things that we are working on, one of the big goals that we want to achieve is poverty reduction.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.